Hello, welcome back to the Nintendo Hub with me, your host, Sparky. It's the next part of Let's Build a Zoo. Now, I've done a bit of housekeeping since you're last here, and if you look at my overall map of the zoo here, you can see I've actually done quite a bit. I've bought some new land in the bottom right-hand corner, so I've just grassed all that area. I was running out of space. I've enlarged a couple of the enclosures, and I've got rid of the ice rink. Enclosure, because I know no animals just yet to put on there. So let's zoom in there and show you guys some of the things I've done. I've also been doing a bit of the usual landscaping. Put some more lamps in here, I've put some more flowers in here. I've created extra space on the entrance for the flow because it was a bit narrow and I wanted to improve the traffic, people's experience of the traffic going to the zoo, to see how much difference that made. And I've moved my information kiosk there right into the center. I've got the day on pause here. Let's start it and get the crowds in. I'll just talk you through some of my changes. So here we are, it's 9:30 in the morning. Buses all come along, nice and busy, money being spent. I just checked my entry price on the zoo. It's currently $5. I think I might need to... Let's just pump it up a little bit. 5 is a bit cheap. I didn't realize it's $5. Okay. Looking around. Little concession area here. A new fountain. Well, I think the fountain wasn't there before. I think I moved the fountain. Another little area here where it's Joey's Pizzas and pretzels, all sorts of things. Here's my little monkey enclosure. Big change here, actually. Let me tell you about is. I'll zoom in. This thing. Let me introduce this to you. This is Chevas, the lion. Now, I was offered this lion. Just turning down the background audience slightly. I was offered this line as a part of a deal, but it was one of those dodgy deals. It didn't fit my morality standing. I actually got plus morality points for bringing him into the zoo. If you have a look at him now, he doesn't eat food. He can't breathe because he's a robot. I don't think they've quite developed that science yet. And I don't know how long he lasts, but I thought, yeah, sure thing, a lion in the zoo, that's going to attract some people in. And I put him in there with the monkeys. So welcome, Chavaz. We've got a couple of monkeys there to play with. So all this area now needs to be filled with something. Another thing I bought from using my research points is it's very fancy looking. There's my two little zoo. Look, my two janitors at work there as we speak. Working away. Well done. What are their names? It's always good to know your employees' names. Lewis. Hiya, Lewis. Lewis, look, job satisfaction's not bad. The energy's high. His work ethic is high. His politeness is high. He's a model employee. And Frida, oh my god, I saw a red bar there. It's only because she has low experience. Level 22, looks good. She looks happy. She's getting above market rate. Yeah, I mean, she might be better off spending her time at a busy area of the zoo. I mean, there's nothing out here yet. Other thing I've done, by the way, is I've moved the other subway station to this part of the zoo, so I can hopefully get the traffic using the whole area. Excuse me for a quick cup of sip of tea. Always important to stay hydrated when you're playing games, boys and girls. Okay, here's another monkey enclosure, bigger one here. Got 4 of the fellas in here. 5 actually, one's up there on the bars. A little hut for them to stay in. Move some of the seating around. I've got some more signs in. Another pizza stand. Oh, that bit reminds me of The Omen, that bit of music. The film. What I've done as well is I've taken a lot of the rabbits out, some of the animals out of the pens, because they're getting a bit too busy. And also, the thing is, when you take animals out, obviously, I'm spending less money on food, so it's better for me all over. And the other thing I've done, actually, which I didn't really quite appreciate, was I've changed the diet of these animals. And it's cost me a bit more, but there aren't so many, so it balances out. But I've improved their diets. If I get myself to the storeroom, I can sort of show you... When I get to the storeroom, I can show you what I've done. That's the farmhouse. What's happening in the farmhouse? Let's have a look. Is he picking up plants there, or is he... what's the farmer's name? Farmer's name's Franklin. Franklin's doing okay. He's getting well paid. Lots and lots of energy. Good boy, Franklin. And, yeah, he seems to be enjoying it. His ethic's okay. I mean, it can't be massively easy to get motivated by picking carrots out of the ground every day. What's to say about my crops here in the field? Carrots. Field size 64. Growing 58. Not sure how much money they're making at the moment, but I'm happy for him just to crack on there. Incinerators firing away. Not so many animals passing away now because their diet's better and they're living longer, which is great. I've got some research points to use. You can see at the top there I've got 16 points. We'll dive into there shortly. A couple of other little things I've done. Some more water features. I mean, it looks quite pretty here. And the way I've done the lamps here and the flares in between the lamps, just to keep this park open for longer, obviously. The more lights you have, the longer your guests are going to stay. Another nice little area here with little paved stones and flowers. Little areas for people to sit on and relax. Vending machines, chocolate machines, colour machines, bins to keep things tidy. Here's a snake pit. The snakes seem to breed quite quickly. They all seem quite content because certain animals are supposed to go in certain habitats, and they help them live longer and flourish. So, like the rabbits are supposed to go in lots of grass enclosures. I'm not sure all my animals are in the right enclosures. And you also need to be very careful what animals are in the same enclosure to make sure they don't, they want to be good buddies in there. Pulling out now, you can see I've got the park fairly well illuminated. Look, and there's people there till like 10 o'clock, I think. 592 couldn't fit on the buses. 106 felt the price was too expensive, and 208 people enter the zoo. So maybe I need to reduce my prices a little bit more. Kathleen says, new task gaining traction. Fantastic. I think you could have more customers coming to your zoo though. If you can get more customers coming on a single day, I'll be willing to invest more in your zoo. That's because I've got 200 visitors in a day. And for that, do I get any money for that? Oh, here we go. It's one of these morality things, is it? Let's have a look. Artistic or common sense. Commission a fake animal. Your zoo. Yeah, I need to scroll up to hear the text. Hey, I noticed you have a geese in your zoo. But you know what? It's more exciting, a peafowl. It's technically just a goose that's colourful with a fancy tail. I can make the tail from paper mache. It will be like that. Paint and dress up your goose to look like a peafowl. The moral choice. That's interesting because I wouldn't have thought that was the moral choice. So let's accept that. Another one by Kevin here. Looks pretty cool. Kelvin, sorry. Looks like a bit of a mini scientist, Kelvin. So planning of our spaceship is going well. Well done, Kelvin. He's always ahead of the curve, my little friend Kelvin. We've been playing a lot of space games like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Don't talk to me about No Man's Sky. That's one of my games of the year for the Switch. No Man's Sky is up there. It's amazing. If you haven't played it, get on No Man's Sky. But once you start playing, it's very hard to get out. Anyway, he's been playing games on No Man's Sky, which is cool, online. So I think we know how to progress, but we still need more investment. We can sell you some preferential shares for $10,000. Don't have that sort of money at the moment, my friend, and I've got other things to be doing at a zoo. But it's really good to hear that he's playing No Man's Sky. And literally, if you haven't played No Man's Sky, if you played on the PS4, whatever in the past, get it on the Switch. It's so good. Playing handheld looks amazing on the OLED. I'm having such a blast with that game. It's just so relaxing. And what I'm doing now, actually, I'm playing No Man's Sky, turning down the music, sticking on a bit of Jean-Michel Jarre or the soundtrack from Interstellar in the background, and it's just awesome. It takes it up to a different level. Okay, the next day, people are wandering in. Still got protesters. Not as many as before. Not as many as before. See, this guy's saying the ticket price is so cheap. Surely it's a mistake. But other people, lots of people are complaining about the ticket price. So obviously that guy's, he could be a bit minted. So let's bring it back down to $8. For me, that seems all right. $8. I mean, you got to pay the value. I mean, any less than that, and I think I'm just giving it away. Admittedly, there's an amazing amount of animals to look at. You've got the robotic lion, which is pretty cool, but this wasn't a boring enclosure. Okay. Storeroom, animal diets. I was talking about this before. So if we look at the monkey diet here, you see, I could fill up the monkey's diet with blended pellets 100%, which would be really cheap. But then they wouldn't be getting any of the bananas they need, or the seeds, or the fruit. Again, with the hyenas, I've got a nice mix here of insects and eggs and meat pellet, and it could all be meat pellet, and I could save lots of money, but then they wouldn't live as long and I wouldn't be as happy. So I went through all the pens and I said, okay, I want to feed my animals properly, and I spent a lot of money on food. The percentage of all the different ingredients are really good, and the animals generally seem happier. I've got less carcasses to deal with. I think the crowds, the fans probably not the fans, the visitors to my zoo appreciate the animals are in better shape. But look, this is a bit of a commotion down here. Maybe they're complaining about my robotic lion. Let's have a look. I've been to better zoos. This is okay. Okay, he's not a protester. Malcolm is a protester. Malcolm, what's your gripe? You need to improve the perceived conditions at your zoo. I mean, he's complaining about bad living conditions, and a lot of people have been doing this, but my zoo, I think, is good. So I can bribe him. I don't need to bribe him. I'm going to give him safety demands. What are these safety demands? Get your animals enriched to at least 75%. Okay. This person has left the zoo. Okay. Does that mean my level was there? Let's get another protester. That's a visitor. Another visitor. I'm trying to click on some of the sign. Because you can actually... No, that's a tree. Oh, the protester's gone. Hey, they've all gone. I think. Okay, good. We got some research points to spend, folks. So 20 research points. So let's get to the research center and see what I can do. Since you last saw the last playthrough part, I've unlocked quite a few new things, which you'll see very shortly. Look at that. Lots of things to unlock here. I should be able to do quite a bit with 20, or unlock one of the outer regions and unlock a few more branches of this research tree. So let's see what I can do now with my extra my points here. 20 points. Let's have a look. Lamppost packs. I'm not fussed about that. It doesn't sound too exciting. Wood paneling, fine. Warehouse. I've unlocked this. Great. Animal enrichment car tires. Yes, let's do that. I didn't press A down for long enough. And then around it that opens the rock pack. Large rocks, but my pens aren't that big. Actually, rocks take up a lot of space, and you be careful because the rocks can block the entrances to when the zookeepers come in to feed the animals. I've also close to unlocking the factory egg battery. 20 research points. Woo! Exploit your chickens and get many eggs. Unlock 4 more batteries, farm packs. Okay. I've got 8 points left. I can do the plant pack. The bench packs themed. I unlocked the elephant fountain. It's amazing, but it's pretty big. Umbrella packs. I've got some umbrellas. Chicken coop. 20. So it's probably best to leave the research points going now, so you can unlock some of these bigger ones on the edge of the upgrade tree. Really. Tropical juice. Wouldn't mind some tropical juice. What else can I do for 8? Got an ice cream van. Reduce pregnancy time. Got the Arctic enclosure with no animals to put in there. Popcorn stall 12. Yes, I think what I need to do is just leave my research points now to quickly up to 12 from 8. Going to the splicer area, by the way. Let's just see what sort of experimentation we have going on here. I've crossbreeded a couple of animals. And let's see what's going on, because I think there's something happening here now. Going to the CRISPR. Oh, manage. This one's finished. Collect. Okay. Select enclosure to deliver your new animals to. Let's pop them in here for the moment. I can always move them later. Okay, back into the CRISPR. Oh, I love this. This is my favourite parts of the game. See the old drone coming in. I think before there's a helicopter coming in. He's in there. We come into here. Manage this one. Your animal is ready. There's a funny sort of rabbit thing there. This animal has been added to your collection. Again, looks like a cross between a rabbit and a goose. Select an enclosure. So let's put him... I really want that for just some monkeys. Where else can I put him that's not too... Let's pop him in here. Okay, so... Will he be droned in there? Yes, here it comes. He's getting dropped in there. In it goes.